and we're visited by some friends. It transforms the world into a fully virtual space and begins to grow the life around it. If I want to, I can get up and close, look at all the detail of the flowers and rocks. So that's just a very simple experience, but you can see when you combine all the elements together, when you combine motion tracking with depth sensing and the AR pass-through capabilities, you can actually craft really rich and interesting experiences for people. Now, of course there's things like games, but let me show you something that we believe is actually very useful to simply extend the capabilities of your camera. So as we talked about being able to measure the space of your environment, to be able to know how big a bed will fit or a bedroom will fit, wouldn't it be great if the camera that you already have in your pocket was able to not only take pictures, but could actually measure the distance of things? And so if I wanted to, say, measure the width of this cabinet here, you can see that there's this green reticle on the screen. And what it does is basically it's searching for surfaces. And so if I actually get close to the edge of this cabinet, it'll snap. You see the green line comes up. If I get to this side, it'll snap as well. So if I just want to measure, I'll put a marker there, and a marker there. So we're going to do it again. Okay, there we go. So about 1 foot 5 inches. If I wanted to switch to metric units, I just click that. And it's about 43 centimeters. So this is a really simple tool. If we wanted to measure the height from the floor to the ceiling, we don't have to go searching for measuring tape or digging for a ladder and potentially putting ourselves in danger. We can actually just point at the ceiling and point at the floor and simply get a quick height check on our house. Now the other cool thing about this is that it's not just since we're a full 3D device doing 3D tracking, you're not limited to just one-dimensional measurements, but we can say, well, let's see if we can fit in a bigger table here. And let's make it a little bit bigger, this. When I come around, it'll close off the area. But because it's 3D, if I want to see how big of this table will actually fit here, there you go. Okay. So you can actually see it's a full 3D volume. And so I can simply take a picture of this, like this, as well as generate blueprints. And if I go to our measurements gallery, we can see it stores it to our gallery, and you can take this to the bookshelf store or to IKEA or the container store to see if it will work. There you go. I want to show you another app, which is a dinosaur app from the Natural Museum of Natural History, American Museum of Natural History. So they have an exhibit which allows you to explore the history of dinosaurs and see the evolution of them, that the modern day bird is actually a descendant of the dinosaurs. So what we have here is a collection of dinosaurs that we can visualize. And the fun thing is that we can actually place them here on the stage. I have a velociraptor there. If I want to see compared to one of the other dinosaurs, I place him there. And we can see the different animals there on stage with us, and you can see the different sizes and learn a little bit about each one. So if I tap on this plus icon, it will pause the dinosaur, and I'll get these info card plus boxes. When I press on them, I get a little bit of information, so I can learn about these in true physical size and get up close to each of the different components. So let me try one more thing, which is sort of fun. So we can put big dinosaurs down too. There we go. So that's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but you can see in the upper right, it says he's a 20% size. So the stage is pretty big, so we can actually try to get him full size here. Okay. We can take a look at his teeth and respond. All right. So this is just another example of taking the same technology but using it for an educational purpose. And so you can bring home the museum experience to your home, and of course you can also take pictures of yourself with the dinosaur as well. Another demo I want to show you is a project that we've been working on with Shell Games called Dominoes. And one of the things about dominoes is the fact that it's actually quite difficult to set up a large set of dominoes, and there's a pretty big cleanup process afterwards. So what's going on here is that what we can do is that we have a large selection of colored dominoes, but we also have a toy box of different items here. So what it uses the depth sensor, and if I want to create a set of dominoes, all I have to do is click and drag. Like this. Hit start. And we have a nice little domino set. But this isn't quite enough, so let's do a little bit more. Put down a little airplane. There we go. Now a little bit more dominoes. Alright, we can make this one. And we'll set up some party dominoes afterwards. Oops. Let's take a look at this. Oh, it does it. I know it does it. Let's try to reset that. Come on, it was doing it earlier. Okay. Let's try to erase this one. It's worth it. Let's try let's just do the very small one here. Demo effect, as we all know. So while it didn't work quite right in the demo, it does actually detect the distance of the surface and will drop a little domino and continue on. For the last one, we're going to do a partner on stage to make the last demo. Jeff.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Johnny. I think the demos are always a lot of fun. And If you want to see the fall off the stage demo, Johnny's a perfectionist, so you can come up after the show and see that one for sure. So next we'd like to keep going and show you a little bit more about everyday use cases for Tango and the Phab 2 Pro. And with that, I'd like to bring on stage two special guests, Richard Malzberger from Lowe's, as well as Nicole Curtis from HDTV's Rehab Addict.
Have you ever dreamed of a new kitchen, a new bathroom, a living room, but always had just a little bit of fear about actually getting started with the project? Or how about you, Nicole? Have you ever had a client that just couldn't quite see your vision for their room?
Oh, never. It's so
Never?
easy. No, that's one of the biggest challenges we have in design, is that not everyone can look at a space and figure out what materials they need, what's going to look great. And the other challenge is getting those design samples to the actual site. You know, as a mom and a businesswoman, I need every second of the day. And with this revolutionary app, we can save all that time, and I'm not taking bulky samples to and from the site.
You know, Nicole, we totally agree. We know over years of experience that being able to visualize a space is oftentimes the biggest barrier to starting a home improvement project. We've been experimenting for the last few years with multiple augmented and virtual reality technologies and experiences, and now with Project Tango and the Phab 2 Pro, our dreams are becoming reality. With this intuitive tool in the palm of your hand, we'll actually change the way in which people live in their homes and improve their homes forevermore. We are excited to announce that not only will Lowe's have a Tango-enabled app in the Play Store, but we will be carrying the Phab 2 Pro nationwide in Lowe's stores this holiday season. So Nicole, let's take a look at that app. What could you do with this space?
Well, there's a lot. First of all, let's get royal blue carpeting, right? And everyone always wants the aesthetic of what I do, which is really cool old houses. So something as simple as adding some hardwood floor to this space. Most of the time people have to track down a tape measure. They don't know how to measure all of the space. So now with this, they can simply scan the area and put the product right in place to see how it'll look in their home.
Hey Johnny, maybe we could do that. Maybe we could put down some hardwood floor and see what would happen.
Sure. So push this plus button, and we have a menu on the side, so we'll click on flooring. So what kind of flooring do you want?
Let's go with the dark cherry.
Okay. All right. So I'll put down the dark cherry, and it lays down kind of a swatch. But the neat thing about it is I can drag my finger and actually extend the size of the swatch to cover more of the floor.
Doesn't that look better already? Yes.
No more blue carpeting.
Yep.
Exactly.
So Nicole, what happens after the flooring? What do you usually go with next?
You know, and the next thing people want to know is, can I fit in this space?
Okay.
Because it's not as easy to go to a store, pick up pieces of furniture or anything else, bring it home, and then what do we all usually figure out? It doesn't fit. Even when you do the best of measuring, you know, there's an old saying, measure twice, cut once, but when you're loading things back and forth and returns, with this, we can also add furniture accessories, measure the space out so we know exactly what'll fit. So there, it saves so much time right there.
Awesome. I tell you what, let's try a little bit of that, Johnny. How about a chair first? Maybe we can put a new chair in this space. How about that Franklin Brown tufted club chair there?
Sure. I'll put it over here. It looks like it might go a little bit better if we move it over this
Yeah, let's
way.
move that a little further back. There we go.
See, and that's a lot easier than me asking someone to move a piece of furniture
Oh yes.
this way, that way.
A lot lighter to hold the Phab 2
Every
Pro
way
than
we
the
can go,
front.
right? Yes. And you can also add accessories, like we can add the Ashley chair side end table, put it right there. Not in the fireplace though, that would be bad.
Move it over this way. Rotate it.
Rotate that around. There you go. Very nice.
And where typically we'd have to have certain software and
Yes.
sit down and do all this planning to do something, this is so quick and easy, which makes it so that design is fun.
Yes.
Because that's one of the challenges, is that measuring is not something everyone loves to do.
And we know actually that one of the most enjoyable parts is actually dreaming up the room. And this gives you the opportunity to dream it up in real time.
Exactly. And you can change out the flooring and everything without, again, Usually I have to go pick up the samples, bring them in, lay them down, and you can only see it in 1 or 2 little spots, and then you stand back, and you can't decide if you love it or hate it until it's actually installed, and then I usually decide I don't like it, and then I want to rip it out. So this is great because they can actually zoom in right on the product and see it up close.
I tell you what, Johnny, since we're going to be launching this in Lowe's stores during the holiday period, why don't we give this room a little bit of holiday cheer? Maybe a stocking or 2.
Conveniently, we have stockings in the furniture section.
Well, there
Look
you
at
go.
that.
And there you go. Welcome to the future of home design. Thanks to Tango and the Phab 2 Pro. Nicole, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this experience with us.
A little overboard on the holiday cheer there, John.
Johnny likes trees.
See,
Thank you.
stockings make everything better.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Nicole. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you very much.
So Johnny, we're about to close out our section. You have to put down our demo kit.